Carey Pena is a local TV news anchor who left her job reporting on crime and other hard news to start a media company with the goal of inspiring people through stories. We spoke with Carey Pena to learn more about her venture, which is called Inspired Media 360. Carey Pena, welcome to Arizona Horizon. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you again.
Yes, we worked together on a town hall, and that seems like an awful long time ago, and a lot of things have changed. For you especially, Inspired Media 360, you started this. What is it?
It is a media company that was built out of my deep love of journalism. And I wanted to tell more inspirational stories. So for folks here in the Valley, they may have seen me on local TV. I was very blessed to be an anchor at 3TV for many years. I went to the Arizona State Walter Cronkite School and had such a successful career here locally, but I kept feeling that I wanted to tell more of the story behind the story. I would go out to these breaking news stories and I would interview people in times of tragedy, fires and floods and terrorism attacks. And what was intriguing to me is what happens next? When we go through something, how do we recalibrate? How do we go on in life? And I was just always motivated by that part of the story. And so I wanted to launch my own media firm, which started with podcasts and evolved into docuseries, digital television, all based on inspirational storytelling.
Was there an aha moment? Was there an incident? Was there something that said, all right, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start this right now?
Well, you know, I really believe that what's happening in media right now is that we have to meet people where they are. And I remember doing a story for the 10 o'clock news, and it was a story, I'm really passionate about telling donor stories. And so I did a story about a 4-year-old who passed away, and the parents signed up immediately to donate the child's organs and saved a little child's life in Minnesota. I was invited to share this story when the two families met. What was intriguing to me was when that story went online, it went viral. And so I was studying the data in how people connect online and share these stories of inspiration and triumph and love and community connection. And I just wanted more of that. And, you know, because I have a substantial social media following, I thought, how do I use this for the greater good?
Right. How do you decide what stories to cover?
Well, that's really difficult because I get a lot of people who reach out to me. I've done stories. We did a video log where we followed along with a gal who reached out to me, 31 years old, who said, I'm dying of cancer. Allie was her name, and she said, can you follow along with my story because I want to be seen as strong, not scared.
Right.
I took that story. I do a lot of veteran stories. I cover stories that I just think need more attention, stories within the medical community. I work with big organizations like Gateway for Cancer Research. I like stories about what the researchers are doing that we don't hear enough about that could quite literally save lives.
Right. Now, and again, these would be broadcast or these would be distributed how?
So my work is all digital focused and facing. So we do shoot, I have 2 television production facilities, and we are just opening a new one called the Center for Positive Media, and it's a collaborative space. We shoot everything television friendly, if you will, but I've reversed sort of the way that we engineer these pieces. So it's shot HD, so we can put it on television, and that has happened. But my focus is really, again, meeting people where they are, and most folks are getting their news online.
Right. Okay, so there are avenues and platforms there. You mentioned a new facility.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this.
So I came across this building with my friend Andrea Tyler Evans, who is the publisher of Front Doors magazine and the Red Book. And there was a building over on 12th Street that's a mid-century modern. And I woke up in the middle of the night one night and I thought, wow, with this expanded space, could we bring more like-minded media members together to tell more inspirational stories? I believe in solution-based media, not just telling people about the problems, but how do we find solutions? So Andrea and I came together. It's a 10,000 square foot approximately building, and I have a 2,000 square foot studio space in there. And then my friend, who was formerly the main anchor on CBS 5 and 3 TV, Brandon Lee, he was getting ready to leave local news at that time and start doing art therapy and content creation in a similar way that I'm doing it. So he's doing his art therapy in the building. We have 2 magazine publishers in the building, and I'm running my production facilities out of that building.
And
it's
again,
like a content house for grown-ups.
Right, like in an umbrella organization for, as you said, inspirational, engaging stories. This is not just good news stuff, though, right? We're talking about like a focus on good news, because newscasts and news operations have tried that in the past. They don't work. People say they want that. They don't necessarily want that. This sounds different.
I'm so glad that you raised that point, because I don't think it is about feature news or good news. It's about real life stories, suffering, recovery from cancer, helping a loved one, being a caregiver, being a single mom who's raising kids and trying to find a job. Right now, affordable housing crisis. And I'm working a lot. My focus has been squarely on the mental health, what has been described to me as the mental health tsunami as we slowly crawl out of COVID. So I'm actually creating a template for a mental health series, and Brandon and I are in talks together with some major healthcare companies to underwrite this series that we will stream live in front of a live studio audience. But again, Ted, it's much like what you focus on, solutions. I want to put those experts up on the stage, and I want to talk about the addiction rates are spiking. I mean, people are relapsing at an astonishing rate. The suicide rate will break your heart. An expert told me that it is the leading cause of death right now for 19-year-olds. I want to know, what more than putting up a hotline, what can people do as we try collectively to come out of this horrible time that we've all gone through in different ways?
Well, it sounds like something that it's very near and dear to you. It's something that got you out of TV news and into something that you feel is a little more productive and a little better for society. And congratulations on that. And where can people find out more about all this?
So they can go to, well, if everyone can just find me all over online, and they managed to find me. So, but you can go to inspiredmedia360.com, centerforpositivemedia.com. And we love to hear from everyone. I get hundreds and hundreds of messages from people reaching out to me, and I'm so appreciative of the love and support that I've had in this community, and that I've been given the gift to have, this foundation of local news and to be able to build on that gift. And it brings me a lot of joy.
Well, that's great to hear, and it's good to see you again, and congratulations on this, and best of luck.
Maybe we'll team up again for another, if they drag me back into politics.
Yes, yeah. You never know in this business.
Never know. Stay tuned.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Ted.